Okay. This is my friend Eris. I finally have her in an interview. For all people who want to know, this is my expert help who has walked me through my Mac and my social media platforms. So I thank you.
You are.
Okay. Eris, let's talk about self-worth. When I say the words self-worth, what comes to your mind?
Um, Self-worth. What comes to my mind is basically like, what do you value in yourself, as a woman or as a man? What is your strengths? What will you put up with? Um, what do you love about yourself? And so that's what I think of like self-worth. What you think of?
So since you sound like you know what you're talking about, we're gonna build from there. What are three things that you will not put up with? What are three things you must have in a man? And what is one thing that you said you wouldn't put up with that you have?
Okay, Jakes. All right. It's a little tough one. So three things that I wouldn't put up with a man. I would say lying, cheating, um, and the third thing I would say is just not, how can I say, not better or not helping me improve in my life. You always want somebody that's going to push you to your goals. So if a man is not helping me in life as far as pushing me to the goals that I want to accomplish or making me a better person, then that's a no-go.
Okay.
So that's the thing uh, that I wouldn't put up with. Now, and you said three things that I love in a man. I would love in a man.
No, but you can include that.
No, no, what was the second one?
There's three things that you must have in a man.
Must
There's
have.
three
Okay.
things you wouldn't put up with a man. So you've already said
The
you wouldn't put up.
the third thing is three things that I need to have in a man. The first thing, of course, he has to be um God fearing. He has to be with the Lord. Um
I see you. I see you. I see you. Come on.
that's the number one thing. Um Number two is, of course, he has to have goals and he has to be goal driven and trying to be successful in life. I can always say for all ladies, no lady want a man. No lady want a man that's a bum.
Okay.
Um, so definitely a guy that's goal driven, that want to put in the work to get to become successful in whatever he wants to do. And I would say the third thing is to be family oriented. I love a man that loves to be around family, that wants a family. I want children one day. I do not have children. So that's a big thing for me.
Okay. Okay. Oh, and here was the big one. The one thing that you say you wouldn't put up with that at some point in the past you have put up with.
Well, there's a lot that I have put up with, Jakes. And so um, I say something that I've put up with is lying.
Okay.
Um, Sometimes when in a relationship, there are going to be the bumps in the road, and then I feel like everyone has lied before in
Okay.
life. Um, but when it comes to constantly lying and just not being true to the other person, it could hurt. And so I have been in a lot of relationships to where, you know, guys will lie about just little stuff, or it could be big at sometimes. And for me, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let this go, you know. And then he lie again. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let this go. And then he lie again. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let this go. Because when you're so in love with someone, or when you have love for someone, it's hard to let someone go. And so sometimes you put up with things that you would never say that I'm never gonna put up with, you know, I'm never gonna put up with. But when you're in a place to where you really love or like this guy, there are some things that women will probably put up with, and don't even sometimes don't even much notice it, or would deny it. And so I can say that I have denied a lot of things in the past that I said that I would never put up with. And one of the things was lying. Um, my a lot of relationships that I have broken off was because the guy either lied, or of course, or cheated. And so it's just sometimes I would thought that it was going to work, you know, that that man was going to change, or, you know, he was going to stop lying. But it never, you know, it never did. It got worse. So for me, I had to see what I'm worth. Like you told me in the beginning, what you worth, you know, know what you know, what you worth. You know what you worth. I know what I'm worth. Um, and I know that people who's going to watch this video, they really don't know me, but I'm a very, very, very good girl, I can say. And I know that I could bring, I know that I could bring a lot to the table, based off my education background and, you know, what I bring to a relationship. And if men don't see that, or if a man don't see that in the beginning, and he mistreats you and lies to you, you know, it's not worth it. And I'm just I'm just 25, and I had to learn that through my past relationships, because when you're young, you're still learning. So I had to learn that. And I'm 25, but I date older guys. So for me, it was more of I'm very mature for my age, and you probably be like, dang, she's 25, like what? And so for me, it was just like, you know, just learning my self-worth, learning me as a woman, and learning what I would put up with. And that's one thing like today that I would not put up with is the lying. And of course the cheating. And so there are some things in my previous relationship, some of the things has happened. And I had to sit back and I had to be like, okay, Eris, you know what, this is, you know, you worth better. You know, you can get better. You know, what's making you stay? And sometimes love can blind you. I know a lot of people say love can blind you. And so yeah, love can blind you. And sometimes you can be blinded by things that you would never put up with. And it takes time to say to yourself, like, I ain't put up this no more. It takes time when you're in a relationship with someone that you truly love, because it's hard to leave. And so with that, it's just knowing your worth, knowing that you can get somebody better, and honestly knowing that you can be okay by yourself. Because some people, or some ladies, or men, they don't like to be single. You know, some do, some don't. But sometimes it's, you know, it's like, dang, this man is great. You know, he has a good job. You know, he goes to church. He's family oriented, but sometimes he lies. There was that one time he probably slipped up, but it's just like, how long are you going to put up with it? You know, is it worth it? And so I can say that's why I've probably put up with some things in the past that I would have never put up with, is because I thought that the guy was worth it, and that he would change. But in reality, he didn't. So,
Let me ask you this on that
yeah.
note. Then where are you finding your strength right now in your singleness to be single and be okay right now? Just give me two things that are helping you do that.
Um, so I've been in a 2-year relationship, and right now it's complicated, but I label myself as single. And for me, is more of I'm trying to accomplish my goals in life. Um, my whole goal is to finish school and build a house in the country, so all my family can come to. I'm the only one in my family on my mom's side that has a college degree. So for me, this is a big accomplishment, and I know that my family is rooting for me. Right now, I'm in the process of getting my master's. So it's more right now I'm in a time of my life where it's like I have to really focus on this degree. And so that's what's keeping me going. Also knowing that I'm the catch, they call it. I know that I'm gonna have a great career. Have a great career. I'm beautiful and very nice, and I just know that I'm the catch. So I know that I can get a man that is for me. But I don't know if I met him yet. And in the relationship that I was currently in, I don't know if that's him.
Mm.
So based off the things that has happened in the relationship. So it's more of, not knowing. It's like you in between. It's like I want to be with him, but it's just like, is it worth it? Am I worth more than what he has given me? Um, how long am I going to put up with it? So
So,
that's what's keeping me.
okay, two things that are helping you focus, accomplishing your goals, and then
Yeah.
you slid that one. I heard you slid that one. I'm a catch. Yes, you are. But I know you.
Yeah.
So basically, believing in yourself, believing the value that you bring to the table, not just because
Right.
what you do or what you're able to earn, but just you as a person. As you said, you're a good person. You're a God-fearing person. So I admire that. So, what I thought to do a little bit different than other interviews that I've seen, I'm going to allow you. We're going to trade. And is there anything that you'd like to ask me? I'm going to give you that opportunity because so many times I feel like people want to dig and question, but they're not
Uh-huh.
be open or transparent. And so you trusted me, so I'm going to trust you and give you a little bit of time. If you have anything,
Okay.
you might not want to ask me anything.
You put me on the spot. So I guess I ask, similar questions that you have asked me. What are 3 things that you look for in a woman?
She must be godly first. She must be
Of
godly.
course.
Because I know this that if a woman has a relationship with God, if she doesn't get me, if she doesn't understand me, if she has a relationship with God, he's going to bring it home.
Mm-hmm.
Because as a man, I know that I think different than a woman, and there may be some complications, there may be some questions. And I really need a woman who can go to God and he can just let her know, no, it's okay. That was just a misunderstanding, meaning he meant this, but you thought he meant that. So the next thing, I require a woman that knows her worth
Mm-hmm.
because just by the mere fact that I am with her says that I value her. But I need her to know her own value. I have no problem affirming her. I have no problem complimenting her. but I need to know that when she's in the room, she knows that she's not only special, but she knows why. And so that's what I need. The third thing that I need, I need to be attracted to my wife. Meaning,
Oh, okay.
when I first accepted God, I was like, well, God, whoever you send me, I'm going to be all right with, because I don't want to have this standard in my mind that I had before, and it's not you. And then I
Mm-hmm.
felt like the Holy Spirit let me know, look, I gave you the taste that you have for a reason. You like what you like, and I know what you like. And so I'm not going to send you someone that you have to force or convince yourself that you like, that you care about, that you're attracted to. And so definitely I have to be attracted to my significant other.
Okay. And I feel like that's a big one too, because some people they say that the physical appearance really has no value. It's more of what's on the inside of the person. Some people, not all.
Right.
So that's very interesting. Um,
I already took care of the inside at first, God fearing. Okay, I'm
right.
God fearing, but I want
You want the eyesight
when I
too.
come home, when I take out, I know, hey, I want to be enthused, excited about my lady.
So so would you take the risk of dating someone that you not really, I guess she's attractive but not, it's like she in the middle, but she has like the best personality, God fearing, like on the inside, she's just amazing.
The middle what? The middle what? What is this? Are you
It's
basing
like you're attractive, but it's like it's
it
not all the qualities, I guess, the physical appearance that you would have. Because I know some guys, us ladies, we have to have certain things,
okay.
and it's based off what the guy likes, the looks, or the body shape, or it's just different things. So whatever, I don't know your physical, I don't know what you like physically. All I'm saying is if she's not technically what you like physically, would you take that risk?
I really don't think that we will be involved in the conversation because
Mm.
I'm not going to approach a woman who I have to convince myself to approach. And so
Mm.
another man found her attractive or whatever, that's
Mm-hmm.
neither here nor there with me. For me to approach her, because we all have different tastes. So my taste might not be what the average man likes.
Right.
And so I say that based off of me approaching her in the first place, she had enough to get me to engage in the conversation. So there is no middle ground because I'm not
Okay.
engaged just to socialize. I mean, I have friends, I have sisters in Christ, but we're talking about relationships. So if I approach someone about a
Mm-hmm.
relationship, there's something that I've seen that it possessed me enough to let me pursue this.
Right. Just one more thing on that. Just one more question. One more question on that. um, so if you get in a relationship, you find the one, she's physically, you bam, you're attracted to her and everything. But while you're in a relationship, some things change. As far as women, we go through different stages in our life. We get pregnant, our body changes, like different things happen. So would you still love that woman if her physical appearance changed while you're in a relationship or while y'all married or whatever, because of her physical appearance is changing?
Okay. Well, number one, I hate politically correct answers. So my answer is yes, I'm going to be okay with it. Now, the average
Okay.
man would be in the stands or on the sideline, like, man, you tripping. No, because I understand one thing: my body's changing. I don't
Mm-hmm.
look necessarily like I used to.
Mm-hmm.
And age, you can't fight it. You can
That's right.
cooperate with it. And so, what that looks like to me is that during my courting phase, when I'm getting to know her, I don't have a per se standard, but I would just ask questions like, is your appearance important to you? And understand that just through the different ladies that I have as friends, a woman's weight can fluctuate in 1 week, no matter how much she weighs. It happens. And so I'm going to say yes, but I'm also going to say that those are conversations I'll have with her because I do need to know that she cares about her appearance. Meaning, I don't have this set standard per se, like you have to remain just like when I met you. I don't have that. I can't put that on her because I can't meet that standard myself. But what I will ask her, is it important to you? What place does it play? I don't want a vain woman, but I do want a woman who, since she knows her worth, I want you to look like that. I want you to talk like that. I want you to treat me like that. And in the same vein that I say that to her, I'll do the same. Do I think
Okay.
we're going to have some hiccups? Yes, I do. But am I committed? If I say I'm committed, I'm committed. But I will not commit without having conversations just like this.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Um, I think that's all I have for right now. I guess because I got put on the spot. Uh,
Okay. I didn't rehearse. We have such good conversations. I didn't rehearse. And the only prayer that I prayed, I just said, Lord, let this go the way you want it to go. Because I believe in you. I
yeah.
know that you're intelligent. I know that you're sincere. And I trust that whatever we're talking about is going to help somebody. And
Right.
so I have no problem planning. But at this juncture, I felt like just let organically whatever's going to take
It was
place.
good though.
Allowing you to ask questions, that's just really on my heart because oftentimes in conversations, people take the lead and they get what they want and then they're gone. And it's like, okay, put yourself in the opposite person's shoes and let's see, do you feel the same? It's just like I'm sure
Right.
we're going to be watching. They have opinions, they have
Mm-hmm.
beliefs, but
Right.
those that you have, can you help somebody with them? And if you can help somebody with them, that's what I'm interested in. That's why I asked you to do this. I thank you for your time because I just want to help people. But I do it
Yeah.
conversations we had, and so I knew that you were going to have some things that might help the ladies.
Yeah. So I can hit on. I know, like I was saying earlier, that sometimes um you in a relationship and a man will probably lie or will probably step out. And I could speak for a lot of ladies. Some ladies will take their man back eventually, you know. Um, but for guys, if you have if you have a lady that's everything that you want, why do some men like tend to just still wonder or
Okay.
go out and do that? Can you give me a perspective on? I know you can't tell me like what go through every man mind, because everybody is different.
Okay.
But can you give me like a perspective on, you know, what do y'all think? Like us ladies, we want to know, like, what do y'all be thinking? Like,
I'm,
you have gold right here, and and so
I'm gonna,
and sometimes you still wonder. You still, you go out and you probably still text another female, or do stuff to break up something that's so precious. Why?
I'm just going to give you two. When
Yeah,
I
you don't have to go into that
when I
detail.
found myself in a relationship that I believe that the woman possessed everything that I wanted, why did I venture? One, I didn't know the Lord, but that's not what I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give you the pre-accepting Christ version. And one thing was ego. Ego. Even though I have her, I found a lot of my value and worth was in the type of female I was able to attract and eventually, just be in relationship with. Even though I have, okay, I'm going to marry you, I'm going to be loving. I'm going to be caring. The way my mind was, it's like, okay, but I've been doing this so long, meaning when I go into place and I see who I want and I get who I want and my friends are impressed with who I got, there's a feeling, there's a sensation, there's a pat on the back from the fellows. And so it might sound childish, and I believe it is in my mature state of mind, but ego, I just want to see, can I? And then I engage to see, can I? And since she's willing and I'm willing, there we go. The next thing, and you might not like this answer, but it's honest. Women put thoughts in men's minds that sometimes we don't even have. And
Hmm.
the way that comes about is stuff like this. I'm
Explain.
really not thinking about your friend. I'm really not thinking about her. But you say, I know that's what you like. Okay, I'm with who I like. So then in my mind, okay, you know, that's what I like. Okay, what did she see in her? And so now I begin to look at her. And where I wasn't looking at her, I'm looking at her now. And then the fuel to the flame is now my interest is peaked. But you brought that about. Women do that. They say things like this. Don't be like so-and-so. He always mess with my friend so-and-so. She ain't nothing but a tramp. Why did you even introduce that to me? I'm not even thinking about your friend, but since you said she a tramp, and since you said everybody else did it, then the first thought in my mind is, why did everybody else do it? And I find myself there, and I'm like, man, I wasn't even thinking like that. And so the two answers that I give you, ego drove me that way, and then just seeds planted by the woman I'm with.
Okay. Okay. That's fair enough. I'm gonna stop at that.
I don't know about the rest.
Stop at that. Um, Jakes, I know that you in the process of yourself, I guess, searching.
Uh-oh.
I was wondering.
You're trying to get personal now. Okay. Okay. I gave you the mic. Come on.
No, I'm just saying, like, how do men know that they are ready to spend the rest of their life with that woman? Like, they're ready to get down on one knee, because in actuality, it's like the man um basically controls, not much control, but it's like, okay, when he proposed, it's like he take this step, and us ladies is like a yes or a no, I do or I don't. So how do men know, like, okay, this is my wife, this is what I'm gonna marry? And when they get to that point, as far as they done bought the ring and about to propose, like, how do men know? Like, what do you know what goes through their mind, or do you know, like, how do they get to that point? Because some men, I know personally, um, as far as just different, uh, I guess, friends that I have had in the past, the man, I always tell them, like, hey, you're going to be my wife, or you're going to be the person I marry. But it's like, they still waiting on the ring after 7 years has passed, or they still waiting on that proposal. And I know sometimes a lot of women, they probably get stuck. It's like, I really love this man. I know he really loves me, but when he's gonna pop the question, I can't speak for all, because all women don't care about marriage, or probably don't want to get married. But I know a lot of us, that's our dream. It's to find that dream husband, get married, have that nice wedding. Like, that's a lot of us dreams. So how do y'all come to that conclusion? How do y'all get to that point? Like, how do y'all know for sure?
I'm going to give you my perspective, and then I'm
Of
going,
course.
from being a man hanging out with fellas, our perspective.
Yeah.
My
Oh, that's perfect.
perspective is the way that I know that I'm ready to get married is because I know me. I have a fundamental belief that if a man does not really know himself, he really doesn't know what he wants. And so the men that I know that are in good marriages, and when I, as I am now for the first time, I'm ready for marriage, I know me. And so by knowing me, I know what I want. I don't want dates. I don't want women. But that begins with, what do I want? Who am I? What do I want? And so one thing that I would encourage the women, more than focus on what he thinks of you, find out, does he know himself?
Yeah, I
That's,
know.
I don't understand all the dinners and the conversations and the chats and the messages and the online, but you've never asked me about me. You asked me in reference to you. And I
Mm-hmm.
tell you the things you want to hear, and I tell you the things that you like, and I share a few things about me, but you didn't care enough to ask me, do I know me?
Mm.
And so that's my personal answer, that a man is ready to get married when he knows himself. And when he knows himself, he'll know when he meets the one who he wants. Now, as far as when I was just full of nonsense and all that chaos, it goes like this. If she's attractive, a lot of men, I really don't want you. I just want a baby by you because my baby will look good.
Oh, really? Mm.
There are men, there are men who, I really don't want you. You're just beautiful. And I know if I have a baby by you, the baby is going to be beautiful. And so I marry you because that's what you want, but really I just want the baby. That's why so many times when women have the baby, it seems like the man pays more attention to the baby than the woman. What happened?
Mm. Never thought of that.
It was you and I before it was us and him. The Bible says a man leaves, a man and a woman, they leave their father and mother and they cleave to themselves. The child is going to come, but the child does not take the place of the wife.
Right.
And so, one, I'm telling you that a lot of men, I just want benefits. And the benefits is not just sex, but the benefits are, you're going to give me a nice looking child. And those men, and I've been a man like that, even though I don't have any kids, that child is just like a possession. It's not even I wanted a child. I just wanted something else that's unique, that can reflect something about me that's exceptional. So when my child is cute, the ladies say, what is it? Oh, he's so cute. But the obvious behind that is he got it from his daddy. I'm not excluding the woman, but I'm saying when women say that, when a man has a child, when he's so cute, then that lets me know also that, okay, he has my looks. He has her looks too, but he has my looks. So therefore, I know you find something appealing about me, even if you don't follow up. That's
Mm-hmm.
the deal. You know, when I was younger, people took bicycles and cars and dogs to parks to be seen. A few years ago, a lot of my friends, they took babies to the park to be seen. So that's one thing. Another thing is, I'm into you for the moment, but I'm really not into you. And when I say that, if I don't marry you, I keep my options open. And you're not holding me to a standard where it's me or nothing. You holding me to a standard. You're saying it's me or nothing, but you're gonna be there anyway. And so I take you for granted. I've had quite a few friends who eventually got their feelings hurt because they took their ladies for granted. But the part of that that I'm getting across to you is the women are not holding men to a standard. You know, I
Okay.
was on the conversation, and this is going to be my last time because I don't want to get in trouble.
No,
On,
no, no. I feel like a lot of ladies need to hear this.
I told a woman, I said, if you're not going to hold me to a standard, why should I uphold a standard? Going back to what I said at first, I don't know me. You know, a few weeks ago when I was sitting around the table with the under 23-year-olds and I did a little Facebook, I let them know, I said, listen, most women don't ask themselves, where did a man get his worth from? See, women are,
Mm-hmm.
you know, they're voicing whether it's body issues or age or whatever else, but rarely do you hear the men, because there's two things that we learn at an early age. We learn if you can, the word that I'm looking for, if you can dominate Or if you can have a lot of sex, then that seems to make you popular. That seems to make you accepted. Meaning whether it's in school, whether it's in business, whether it's in the streets, if a man can dominate, whether it's through his physical prowess, through his conversation, through his looks, through his spirituality, that makes people just flock to him.
Mm-hmm.
On the other side of that, if he's able to get a lot of women to have sex with him, and what that does is that builds us up to, okay, I gotta dominate, I gotta have sex, I gotta dominate, I gotta have sex. Then here you come and you're like, oh, you everything I'm looking for, but I still have not dealt with the ego. I
Yeah.
love you, I see your value, I want to be with you forever, but I still have a need on the inside for people to think
Mm.
good things about me. And once they've seen you and once I've introduced you, there's only so much. But when I do this or when I do that, then here comes the applause. Here comes the attention. And so I really would say immaturity.
Mm. Gotcha.
Ego, not ready for marriage. Immaturity. What do immature people do? Kids, mine, mine, mine. What do men do? I don't want you. I want you 1 week out the month. Then the rest of the time I'm ripping and running. But the moment you say that first week you busy, oh, I go to jumping through hoops.
Mm. Okay.
That's immaturity because I don't take into account the fact that you're a person and you don't just need my attention when I want to give you my attention. And so that's enough on that.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. Well,
Is there anything for me? I don't I don't know how long you wanna, you know.
I'm just kicking. I'm just kicking it now. But now if we gonna kick it, I'm about to cut the video off right now.
Yeah. That's good.
Let me cut this off. Let me see. Let me call you, all right?
Okay.
Okay.